From Las Vegas, Sandy Kastel and friends.
Welcome to Sandy Kastel and Friends, produced by Michael Leonetti. Sandy Kastel has been entertaining audiences for years on stage, screen, radio, and television. And for the next 60 minutes, she'll be talking with local and international performers, artists, authors, celebrities, and more, with special features like women in music and arts, shopping at Smith's, cooking with Chef Michael, and staying fit and fabulous forever. Now, let's bring on the host. Here is Sandy Kastel.
Hi, and welcome to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. It's a lovely Tuesday evening, morning, afternoon here in Las Vegas, August the 5th on KLAV, 12:30 a.m. And my special guest today is guitarist Steve Maston. Hi, Steve. How are you?
Steve. Who's Steve?
Oh, Steve. Did I say the wrong name?
That might be Donald.
Guido. I'm sorry, Guido. You know, isn't this funny? I don't know where I got all these names. I don't know.
Hey,
whatever.
Hey, Mike.
My brain has been working overtime. So, and also we're going to talk a little bit about Randy Williams, who passed away just this weekend. And I know that Guido's been performing with him over at the Tap House, and not only that, with Reno, also Bellamy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, Guido, you know how to work a microphone. You know you can't be 10 feet from it.
Oh, well,
Unless you're singing rock and roll, of course. Chef Michael over there, what are you doing? Checking out your Facebook?
No, I just got a text from Terry Lewis Norman.
Yeah?
And he says, please help us, Michael and Eddie, please help us bring awareness to the hard-hit homeless problem in Las Vegas. Our advertising will go to all lengths to reach tens of thousands to raise that need money for this Love Street hotel. My plan is to call Hollywood out to get all people come back, the stars give back, our hotels, so forth and so on. You know, it's the truth. You know, we see these people every day out there.
Well, Randy Williams is a perfect example,
Right.
Michael. He's been on the streets for a long time. He was once a performer in rock and roll bands out in Los Angeles and had a lot of success. And, he went through a challenge with his wife when she went through cancer, and they had to, they didn't have insurance, I guess, and cost a lot of money. And, and he ended up being homeless here in Las Vegas. And then he eventually started coming into the Tap House and performing. And before you knew it, he became famous. They were doing a radio show for him. They were going to do a reality show on him. And now the tragedy is that he's gone.
Yeah, they called him the man with the golden voice. The review did.
Beautiful voice. You know, he sang with us over
a lot
at the
of times.
Hacienda Del Rey at Sienna's.
And then we didn't see him for a while, and I wonder what happened to the kid. And sure enough, we found out that he died in his van. They said they found him in his van.
Right. I guess Reno got the message.
Yeah,
they called Reno because there was a card in there.
Well, it's a funny thing. We've been on the air 75.
No. Almost. This Friday is going to be our 75th show
75
already.
Shows.
I mean, now this isn't counting all the 2 years that I had the show before, but this is just as Sandy Kastel and Friends with Chef Michael.
Right.
Chef Michael has been here with me since This is going to be our 75th show this Friday.
Wow!
And it's a funny thing, everybody out in Radio Land. We started with 20,000 listeners, we're up to 90,000. I had the pleasure of knowing Jerry Lewis years ago, and one day I'll tell you the story how I met him. But he said to me, if I would have went on the television as the clown that I was, people would have never took me serious. He says, if I would have took a John Wayne or a Frank Sinatra.
If you would have been straight, you mean?
Straight.
Not if you wouldn't have.
Right, from muscular dystrophy. He said, but when I went on the air, and all of a sudden I took my clown face off and I looked into the camera and I said, look, folks, I need your help for these kids.
That's right.
I need you to help. He says, that's what it done. I want to say something. I was with a guy a couple days ago and we were sitting down. And one thing about this radio show, it's an uplifting radio show. We don't try to get political. And everybody out there, how I talk about the Jews and the Italians and the blacks, and I do all that kind of BS. I have a lot of fun. But let me tell you what I hate the most is anybody out there that tries to defame someone else, a coward, a man that will, or a woman that will turn around and talk behind somebody's back. I'm sitting at a club, Sandy and I'm talking to this guy at a bar, and he mentioned a friend of mine, a guy that I knew, and he said something very derogatory and defaming to try to make me turn against the guy. And I said, I got that guy's phone number. Let me call him right now. I'll bring him down right now. I'll bring him down right now. Why don't you tell him what's on your mind? Oh, no. I don't want any problems. Well, you know something? Please do me a favor. I don't like people that are cowards. If someone's got something to say, you look at the guy in his eyes, you pay him a visit, and then you suffer the consequences of your iniquities if, you really want to push the envelope. So for the people that are out there, you know what I mean? If you can't say something nice about somebody, because today that's all you have to do is pick up a computer, everybody's life, or how many times they went to the bathroom. That's this generation. And I mentioned this before yesterday. There's 3 things a person must have: the content of a person's character, the integrity holds as an individual, and the compassion you feel towards another human being. Many people don't have those qualities. So when you want to talk about somebody, keep your mouth shut. Okay? Or tell that person to themselves. Don't go writing letters and sending phone calls and emails and all that BS. There's a guy I'm going to a funeral today.
Unless you can back it up. And you sign your name to it.
Yeah, sign your name to it. Right.
Something to say.
I got a funeral I'm going to today. It was a guy. I'm not going to mention his name. And at the lowest point of my life, I begged this man for help. Please, I said, help me. This guy wouldn't give me a nickel. Okay? And that was 4 years ago. Not a nickel. And that's okay. I prayed for him. Today I'm going to his funeral. I seen him in the stores. I said hello to him. And I went one step better. Today is a different story. Because let me tell you something, folks. If you put your faith in the Lord, He will bless you. Take it from me. Take it from me. It takes a giant to understand a giant, because what I've done, people dream about. I traveled around the world twice. I sat at a table of kings. My hands touched the gates of hell for 12 and a half years, and I've been blessed to have a second chance in life to love the world and forgive those that persecute. Because remember, there's only one person with holes in his hands, and it ain't you or me, and you know who I'm talking about. So I rest my case, and I'll go back into Chef Michael character now. Hey, lady, get out of the bathroom.
Well, you know what, Michael? I'm so sorry that you hold back so much. Anyway, today is my workout day, and I'm going to... Oh, not my workout day. It's my dance day.
Are you coming to the funeral? No?
I'm going to be... Well, I have to... I forgot. I've got to go. I'm going to rehearsal.
Oh, in that case,
with
you can't
Angelo,
go.
So I've got a rehearsal scheduled. Yes, and so I'll be at dance class over at the backstage dance studio, and then Angelo and I are going to be rehearsing on a new song today.
Good. I'll be at Palm Mortuary.
Okay. Brumpum. Anyway, so anyway, I just wanted to say that it's a beautiful day out here, and if you want to join us over at the Backstage Dance Studio, you can call 702-734-8944 to sign up, or tell them that Sandy Kastel and Chef Michael sent you. This is part of my Staying Fit and Fabulous Forever program, and I just want to say, staying fit and fabulous forever doesn't always mean being a size 2. Okay? We are at different sizes, and I'm at a different size than I've been in my entire life, just because I met this gentleman over here, Chef Michael, a year and a half ago, and I've been enjoying his wonderful, wonderful food, and it's been a lot of fun, I have to admit. But now I have to get back on a program because, of course, I want to keep in shape, whatever that is, wherever I am.
Yeah, so, no cannolis, no raviolis, no wignaccis.
Maybe a cannoli every once in a while.
How are you going to stop that? How are you going to stop that?
Yeah.
Don't cook it.
Well, the thing of it is I have to start incorporating back into my routine, my regular things of dancing, going to Pilates, working out at the Las Vegas Athletic Club, and some yoga, different things, and even golf. Golf has its own exercise benefits too.
I exercise in the afternoon.
If you exercise rolling, then meet the balls.
That's right.
If you're interested in being part of my Staying Fit and Fabulous Forever program, please contact me at 702-348-5707. That's 702-348-5707. Please give me a call.
Tomorrow's the big day, everybody. The bigger day is tomorrow.
Okay, and let me know.
Tomorrow we'll be performing and singing. Okay.
Just jump right in there, Michael.
Where are we going to be performing at, Sandy? Tell everybody.
Go ahead.
No, you got the paperwork.
We are going to be at Sienna's Italian Authentic Trattoria.
Trattoria, mannaggia disgraziata.
I want to go back to that golf, the exercise for the golf. What part of your body does it really work?
What do you mean? You're walking.
It's got to be your hips.
No, you're using your arms.
Every time you swing.
No. You're using your arms. You're using your body. You have to, swing the club, and also it's about controlling your body too, the rest of your body.
That's right.
So and you're walking out on the grass in the sun.
Yeah.
And of course the other day it was a little gloomy, but anyway, Wednesday nights we're going to be performing at Sienna's Authentic Italian Trattoria, and that is going to be my special edition of Jazz and Cocktails with featured guests Michael Leonetti, Jimmy Molador, David DaCosta, and more, with Chad Michaels on piano, Spider on bass, and Joey Vespi on drums.
Who?
Seating begins at 7:30 p.m. or 7 p.m. if you want to get there a little earlier to have dinner, and showtime is 8 p.m. to 11:30.
Yeah.
So, you must make reservations, though, if you want to sit down and have dinner. I got to tell you, we've been getting more packed each week. Yeah, so call 702-360-3358. That's 702-360-3358 for reservations. That's Wednesday nights at Sienna's Authentic Italian Trattoria, 9500 West Sahara, just west of Fort Apache.
Well, the Grassos will be there. I mention them every day. The
and
Grassos.
Diane and Dr. Perry. And Jolie and Perico. And Robert and Caroline.
Right. One thing about friends. Friends are nice. True friends. You know what I mean? A true friend loves you unconditionally. And I'll leave it at that.
Well, also, people have been asking where they can find my CDs. Because I do have, I have a couple of albums called This Time Around and Only in Las Vegas. And I'm going to be bringing some of those this Wednesday, so that if someone would like to purchase them, they may.
And all the money goes to WEMA.
That's right. All of the things that I do, a lot of my money goes to WEMA.
WEMA organization.
Because I'm just here to have a good time and support other artists. Speaking of which, I have a gentleman sitting here next to me, otherwise known as Steve, but for today. But most of the time, he's known as a Guido, Guido Maston. I don't know where I got Steve, but maybe you just look like a Steve today.
It was all golf and exercise out in the sun.
Yeah. And Guido and I want to talk to you a little bit about your own performing and how you become involved in the business, but also how you moved here to Las Vegas, and that was a couple years ago.
That was about a few years ago. Yeah. I came from New Orleans.
And stop pounding the table, please.
What are you making gabardillis from?
You want to ask him about the ravioli?
So what you do is now you once you cut it out and you have your circles. Now you make your stuffing. It's very simple. It's ricotta cheese, egg, all right, parsley, granulated garlic, black pepper, Parmesan cheese. Folks, listen to me. You can go to Sienna's. They got Pecco Romano. They got Locatelli, which I love Locatelli. That's my favorite. That's the hook to that cheese. And you mix it all up. And then with a spoon or a cookie gun, if you want, put it in there. And then you put it in the center. And then the other piece of the pasta you put on top of it. And then with a fork, you go all the way around. And you smash it down, and by you putting the two pieces of dough together with the fork, it intertwines and it locks it in so it doesn't split when it's boiling. And that's homemade raviolis. Very simple to make. It's really not hard to make, and they're delicious. And if you don't want a red sauce, you can always go with a butter and garlic, which is great, or a pasta aglio olio, oil and garlic with a little chicken stock. And I always put a broth mixed with the oil and the butter to give it a beautiful, nice, juicy flavor, not an oily flavor. And that's my recipe for today.
That's great. Thank you. Yay.
Now, could I leave?
No, you cannot leave.
No, you're going to start cooking.
You cannot leave yet.
So, grill.
So, Guido.
Yes.
What?
Yes, ma'am.
Does WEMA take donations? Of course we take donations.
That's what I thought. I want to do a shout out.
He just passed me this little note, and you know about WEMA.
Yeah, I do.
But now it's not only women; it's women and men.
Well, you said you were going to change that. Yeah,
that's right. Because we've been getting so many men that are involved in it now in the organization. A lot of the husbands of the wives that are getting involved and
being supportive. I hope
and being supportive.
Very
yes,
good.
we have our monthly luncheons, and our next one comes up August the 23rd, and so I hope you'll be able to join us for that.
I'll do my best.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, I'm just, the Las Vegas Guido. I heard there's another one running around, but I got to find that guy.
Another one? Oh, my God.
I got to find that guy.
Each town can only handle one, right?
No. Yeah. Now, I was in New Orleans for a while, for 7 years. Then playing some music. I've been in Ohio playing music, Florida playing music, California playing music, Mainly in Vegas is where I've been doing a lot of music. Going to my little list I got here. You got Joey's Tavern, you got Shifty's, you got the Tap House, you got. Go ahead. And you got. Let's see. Oh yes, the last remaining honky tonk in Las Vegas, which is Saddle and Spurs. Saddles and Spurs. And I'll tell you what.
Now this is for primarily rock and roll.
No, this is all blues, country, rock and roll, all types. What's the greatest thing about these places? Joey's Tavern, Shifty's, and Tap House and Saddle and Spurs is the best. I mean,
that's 200 a plug, kid. You just mentioned. You're right.
Okay. The best entertainers in Las Vegas.
Well, last night Sandy and I went to Cafe Bababoo.
Cafe de Cebu.
Cafe de Cebu.
Cafe de Cebu.
That's what I said.
De Cebu.
Oh,
and it's a Filipino restaurant, and we went in there and we sat down, and I had the adobo, which I like rice, and they came out with the pork. It was incredible, and the funniest thing is, they didn't know, the waitress didn't know who he was. They said, would you like show tickets? Because we got show tickets for eating there. I could not believe it.
Right.
I was so excited, and I asked for the Beatles tickets, and I got Beatles tickets, and I love Kastel.
Okay, but we have Challo on the phone.
Who's Challo?
Challo, can you correct him and let him know?
Hi.
There she is, the baby girl.
I'm so sad I missed you last night.
I know. You were off trying to get your driver's license, I understand.
I know. I was heartbroken yesterday.
I know. What happened? They said something about the air was a little low in the front tires.
The air was a little low in the front tires. I was so excited to finally get my license so I could go shopping by myself.
Right.
And they told me I can't get it, and then my next appointment is after another month.
Another month? Well, why don't you just go? If you don't have an appointment, though, you can also just go in there and stand in line, Challo.
Give him 200 like I did, and you'll pass.
Huh?
I tried to do that, but they said they're full and understaffed, so they didn't suggest it for yesterday.
Okay.
Oh, for yesterday. But, I understand that it's really good to go there about, 5:45. No.
Okay.
Anyway,
ain't no joke, boy, let me tell you.
Challo, tell us the correct saying of your name. Just is it Cafe de Cebu?
Cafe de Cebu.
De Cebu, got it.
Yes.
All right, now we went there last night, and as Michael was saying, we had is it lechon? Lechon?
Yes, that is our everyday special. It's a roast pork belly, or as we Filipinos call it, it's the lechon. It's cooked fresh for 4 hours every day, and we are the only one in Las Vegas who is serving that special kind of roast pork belly.
As a matter of fact, I think you won an award, right, with the weekly...
Yes, we did. We won an award for weekly Best of Las Vegas for that special lechon that we have.
Okay, and then you won another award, too.
No, just that one.
Oh, just the one, and that was under the pork category?
Yes, pork category.
Weren't you in the Filipino Miss America pageant?
She should have been. She's adorable. She's absolutely adorable.
She's 4'11",
and she and her husband come out and join us.
He's 3'11".
No, he is not. He's taller.
It's a bunch of munchkins walking around.
No, they came out to support us at the Siennas last week and the week before. So it's very nice that they came out to support us.
We always try to make it there. We enjoy your company and your singing very much.
Thank you so much.
So let me ask you a question. The show tickets are working for you, aren't they?
They are, and we are so grateful for you for giving them to us.
And they have signs up all over the inside of the restaurant. They also have a patio outside. Now, last night, of course, it had rained a little bit, so they couldn't use it. But they have our poster up there from the show, and then they also have a sign up there with all the tickets up there. And what they do is for what is it? For what people order?
For every $60 purchase, they get tickets good for two.
So that's basically a couple, right? Two people come in there, they have a nice dinner, they enjoy themselves,
dinner and a show.
Then they get to go to a show.
Yeah, that's a nice dinner. That's a really nice
Shallow,
dinner.
I was going through my archives, And I told you, your restaurant, I was my restaurant. I owned that place.
A long time ago.
Long time ago, and I got a videotape.
But you made it. You had a pizza place there, right?
Well, because when I go into a place, if they give me a hard time, I turn it into a pizzeria. So seriously, it was a loan company, and I said to the guy, I'll buy this joint, and turn it into a pizzeria, and that's exactly what I. Yeah, it was a loan company. He gave me some stuff, so I bought them out and turned it into a pizzeria. That's what I do.
So, and actually, he has some footage on that. He has some footage on that,
Chalo. Footage of what it used to look like.
Yeah. So, listen, tell me, what are your specials today?
Yeah.
Well, we have today a beef caldereta, which is beef cooked in a tomato-based stew with potatoes and carrots. We have rellenong bangus, which is a fish version of a meatloaf. It's stuffed and very healthy.
Okay.
And we have a new dessert called carioca, which is coconut balls drizzled with a coconut caramel dip.
Oh my gosh, that sounds great. Now, is that a lunch special or a dinner special or just all day?
It's special for all day.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, Chalo, for calling in, and it's great. It's great to be friends with you and come out and see your restaurant and have food there. Thank you so much. We appreciate everything that you do.
It's an honor to be friends with you too also, and for sure we will be there tomorrow.
Okay,
thank you very much.
Lot,
we will mention everybody at Sienna's Deli, and if anybody doesn't go to your place...
Give us your address again.
Yeah, what is it?
We are in 6680 West Flamingo.
Okay, and that's just, what is that between?
It's between Torrey Pines and Rainbow.
Torrey Pines and Rainbow.
Yes.
Okay, I kept forgetting what the cross streets were. We just drive down Flamingo until we find it.
It's that way. It's that way.
It's that way, right? Okay, so be sure enjoying Chalo today over at Cafe di Cebu at 6680 West Flamingo, and try out their new specials for today. We'll talk to you tomorrow night. Okay, Chalo? Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Now we've also got Jolet on the phone.
Oh, Jolet! No, not the great Jolet.
That's a nice name. Jolet.
Oh, good morning, Sandy. Good morning, Chef Mike.
Good morning.
Kakarida, what are you doing, you son of a... How you been?
I've been around since Sunday dinner.
Did you have a good time?
I didn't eat yet. It was so delicious food, I cannot
Thank you, Jolet. I got to say something. I want everybody to know something. Jolet is one of the greatest artists ever. We have and I'm being honest, over $1 million of his art in our house.
Congratulations, Jolet.
Over $1 million, his art. And for my birthday, Jolet painted me the most gracious gift you could ever possibly imagine. I had to get movers. He painted. How big was that painting? How big?
10 by 12, 5 by 12.
5 feet by 12 feet. I mean, you might as well give me a friggin' elephant, because that was... Now, let me tell you...
The smallest one.
Now, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, about friends. Jolet, and I'm not going to get into it. Again, remember earlier today I was telling everybody about these cowards that want to say something behind your back?
That's what I call.
Oh, you did? Why?
I know so many like that people.
Well, let me say this. I want everybody... Hold on, Joe. Then you can say what you want. I want everybody to know.
I think he got stuffed.
Jolet's paintings, he's out of New York City. You can't get what he's got, and he's breaking into Las Vegas.
Via Yugoslavia.
Right. He's from Yugoslavia, and the painting he gave me was $80,000. I mean, I don't know how many people give you an $80,000 gift, but it was and it's something I'll treasure. In fact, I'm going to break it down when I die, and it's going to be my casket. Okay, I'm going to be buried in it.
You're going to wrap yourself.
I'm going to wrap myself up in a casket. Well, anyway. These certain people wanted Jolet to do something real big with him, and they said, "Listen, but we don't want you to deal with this guy and that guy and this guy and all kinds of BS." And Jolet said, "Let me tell you something. These people are my friends. I love these people, and I choose who I want to be bothered with."
Some people get jealous.
And people get jealous. And here's a man that could have sold over $1 million worth of stuff, but his friendship, like the Grassos, his friendship stood up. And that's the reason why I said that, because always is that one son of a person that's out there.
Hey, Michael.
That's out there, that wants to be that silent, tough guy that wants to be tough over the phone.
Well, and Jolet, you exhibited a gentlemanly, attitude when you were approached.
Right.
Yeah.
So we love you, Jolet. We love you.
Just as Carl Grosso.
Right.
We love you too, guys. Then you are best. You are eye-opening in Las Vegas.
Well, we thank you very much.
Thank you.
We start to laugh, smile. You are high morale.
Well, you know, Jolet,
you are.
you and Pirko are just wonderful people, and all of the people that we've got around us now are just an example of what it means to have good friends. And I've got to tell you, everybody that has been supporting WEMA, Women and Men in Music and Arts, oh my gosh, we have raised money for scholarships in the last few months for the Nevada Ballet, for the opera group that went over to Italy to study for the month, and also for UNLV for the jazz program. And I can't help, just can't help being so grateful to everybody that's been around us. And you know, you're always going to have a few naysayers or people out there.
Thank you so much, Sandy Kastel and friends, and Chef Michael.
Finally, a radio show that's fun. This is Sandy Kastel and Friends. Here again, your host, Sandy Kastel.
Hi, and welcome back to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. Well, you know, we're sitting here, and as we're sitting here, Guido just got some more bad news. And I got to tell you, we were just talking about this. We're kind of at an age now, whatever that age may be, that we're losing people way too young, way too young. There's a lot of stuff going on out there, folks. And, you know, we really have to work on spending quality time with our friends and family, because we just don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So tell us, Guido, you said there's another friend of yours who's not doing well?
No, he's been in the hospital for a few weeks. Josh's son is a bartender at Buck's Tavern. Kim Kastel, the owner, is a very, very dear friend of mine, like a sister. Yeah. There's times when she saved my soul. And anyways, Dave is a really good friend of mine, so you know, Kim asked me to share her Facebook status, and you know, and the status of Big Dave, and asked people to give him some good prayers.
A shout out.
Good shout out, some good prayers.
So prayers go out to Big Dave.
Yeah. And Kim Kastel, like I said, you know, one of the most wonderful people. Like we're talking about some good people, that is a good person. I can never share many more words with her.
You know, when you moved to a new location, as you did, you know, when you moved out here a couple years ago, I know you went back and forth because you were working back there, and then you'd come out here, and then you'd go back.
Yeah, I was up North Dakota.
You were going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And actually, we met on Facebook. You were one of my friends on Facebook. You still are.
While I was still in New Orleans.
You were in New Orleans. And you contacted me about a friend of yours who was living here, and you said, look, you know, I'd like to pay for this girl to be a member of WEMA.
Yes, I remember that.
And he said, because she just moved out here and she had gone through some rough times, and he said, I want to help her out, you know, and get her involved in an organization that is all about supporting artists.
One of the best organizations in Las Vegas is WEMA Foundation.
Thank you so much. So I just want to thank you and for extending yourself and supporting another person, you know, that was in need of some help at that time. So,
am I old enough to be stingy yet?
No. I don't think we're ever old enough to be stingy. You know what? Your music, you are a guitarist, and you just showed us a photo of you on Facebook, and we're going to share all this stuff on our Facebook page, too.
No, you're more than welcome to. Oh, no.
What is your Facebook page? Is it Steve? No. A.K.A. Guido?
That would be Guido Mastin. All one word. Guido Mastin.
And you've got a picture of you with this big guitar with the two heads, two necks. What is that called?
Yeah.
Two necks. Sorry,
that's my
two necks, two heads. I'm a girl. I don't know.
Yeah, well, you're gonna love the name then.
I mean, I know about most of the instruments, but
yeah, that is my BC Rich Bitch double neck. That's exactly the name of it.
Can you say that word on here?
That's exactly the name. It's spelled B-I-C-H.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, you can't say fuzzled.
And now, how do you play that?
Well, I
mean, one hand at a time, one neck at a time?
No, actually, I can play both necks at the same time. I just bounce back and forth. I do it upside down.
Upside down?
Yeah, I'll play like this.
Is it tuned the same way, or is it octave?
One's a 12 string, and the 12 strings are an octave above that note, and the other one is a 6 string.
Oh,
and I can choose what neck I want to use, or I can turn them both on at the same time.
Wow. So if you were going to give advice to a new guitarist, a young student starting out in the business, I want to know, Guido, what would be your number one thing that you would tell him or her?
Him or her. As a matter of fact, I just met a lovely
girls
lady.
with guitars, because there are girls with guitars.
You ought to see some of these female drummers. There's some female drummers out there that can really beat them skins.
Oh, yeah. Female saxophonist, too.
Yes. There's some wonderful, wonderful female talent.
So what would you tell a new artist starting out?
A new artist? I would actually say 2 things.
Okay.
1, use your heart. 2, primarily, use your ear. Because you can hear notes. You can hear sounds, And if your vision goes bad, you can still hear it and still learn a new song.
Okay, cool. So, where are you playing right now?
I'm doing the jam things. I'm bouncing around. I'm waiting. I was going to start a band with Jimmy Decker, who's a stand-up bass player. You got to see some of these cats.
Oh,
They're nuts. I play with the Roughnecks. I set in with them. They're good friends of mine, the Las Vegas Blues Society. And before I build the band, I got some issues right now, but that's all ending next week. But anyways,
female issues.
I'm going through issues. Yeah, it is what I don't want to talk
about this broad.
No, isn't that just part of life?
I can't even mention a name because it's against the law.
It is.
Be careful.
It's against my law.
Okay.
Be careful.
Well, life is full of issues that we have to deal with, and
like Randy, Randy and Big Dave. I mean, so that I think about those people. My problems ain't nothing.
Well, it's important to live fully, I think, and get out there and do what you love to do. So what you love to do is play.
I am not so much a musician. I'm more of an entertainer. I'm the wow factor. I'm going to get in your face, like this chef over here. You're going to make a ravioli. If you don't like it, he's going to throw another one at you.
He reads you.
Yeah. He's fired up. Now he's getting me fired up.
No. Listen, my demeanor, my persona. I'm not a bad guy.
No,
I don't take no crap from nobody.
That's right.
You understand?
That's right.
Nobody. I'm funny that way. You know what I'm trying to, and that's why I survived hell, okay, and came back and got my kingdom back. So, it all depends. There's leaders and there's followers. I was never a follower.
That's
I
right.
was always a leader.
Yeah,
I say lead or get out of my way.
That's right. Right,
John Stiles, you son of a...
Well, Guido, I want to invite you, to come on out. I don't know, we're not really a rock band, so it's not really the kind of band that you can sit in with us. But
you're big bands.
But I'd love you to come out and just hang out, have a cocktail, and listen to what we're doing out at the Siena Italian Authentic Trattoria on Wednesday nights. We've got the Pascals, the Grossos, Eddie and Sue Murphy, Bill and Madeline, Robert and Carolyn and their friends.
Oh, I know the crew.
Gigi Ullman and Mike. We've got a lot of great people that come out to see us.
I know.
And, Evan Davis comes out, and Evan Davis has the jazz blog, but he also talks about other music locations and venues in town.
Yeah.
And, and we've got Robert Turner and Chalo of Cafe di Cebu.
Oh, pretty.
And also John Stiles comes out and hangs out with us, too. Ryan, you haven't been out yet. What's the matter with you?
I think he's stuffed.
Yeah.
On that ravioli.
He's got to be in school. He's in elementary school, this kid.
But also, we've had some great singers sit in with us. We've had Ms. Marilyn B. Caldonia. And we had Peggy Timney. Bobby Jones. Marco Varela. Stephen Mason. That's where I got the Steve Mason.
Oh, no, you found that guy. You found him.
Pammy Williams.
C.C. Spencer.
C.C. Ryder.
Don Allen Henley. Paris Red, Brooks Thurman, Yolanda Quant, Nathan Bryan Wine, Talmage, and Deanna Olo. Oh my gosh, we've got Ulysses Borgio, Rusine, Ricardo, all kinds of people. Serenity, Mark Giovi, Tom Nelly, Andrew Scott, Jamie Kelsey, Billy Adams,
Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Perry Como.
And more. And that's only in the past 2 weeks that we've had these people come in and sit in with us.
That's why her show is the bomb.
Because Jimmy Melodor is in the band, and you got the Spider-Man. And
you got Chad
went away and came back. We love Chad.
Yeah, so fabulous on keyboards.
Fabulous on keyboards. And the great Joey Vespi. That's my Goomba. That's my buddy.
Yeah.
Joey, he was with Louis Prima. He lived my dream. I wanted to play for Louis. I'd have paid to play.
Well, what happened? How come you didn't get to play for Louis?
Well, I told you this thing with Sam Butera. I told you that story.
No, I don't remember. Tell us.
Please.
Tell us again.
Well, I don't like to talk about the dead.
Guido has.
I don't like to talk about the dead. I really don't, because the guy can't have to inform. But, Sam Butera was an idol. I was my idol, and I was crushed once in my life. And a guy named Stan Richards was a guitar player. And Stan said, Mike, and this is 1978. He said, how would you like
1978.
How would you like to play for Sam Butera? Now, Louis was gone, and Sam had his own band. I said, are you kidding me? Me play for Sam?
Yeah.
So I called him on the phone. He said, do you know how to play a shuffle? Shuffle. You kidding? I invented the shuffle. I loved it. Now, remembering Louis Prima, listening to Louis' albums, Louis would say, get it, Sam. Oh, Sam. Oh, Samuel. And this is what Louis would do. Till this very day, if you come to the show, you'll see me behind them drum say, I'll say to Chad, get it, Chad. Come on, boy. Let it go, man. Let it go. This is what I do.
It's old style.
Old style, very verbal. I, give that like a fighter. When I used to fight, my cousin said, come on, Mike, knock him out. Hit him with a hook. This is what I would hear. So I try out for Sam Butera, and I had the pleasure of meeting Sam after this incident, and he was a gracious man, the greatest saxophone player ever. What that man played just done something to me was just incredible. And we're playing When You're Smiling, and I'm playing, and I go like this, "Get it, Sam!" And he stopped in the middle of the rehearsal, looked at me and said, "Don't you ever open your mouth when I'm performing." And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, the tears in my eyes. Just, I mean, did
you hear what Ryan just sang?
Who?
What? When you're crying.
When you're crying.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, right.
I was so crushed, and I put my sticks down, and I said, "Sam, I don't think I'm what you're looking for." I packed my drums, and I was crushed. But I got to tell you, after we talked about it, and in 1989, Sam, I did the San Gennaro Feast. I produced that show for the Jimmy Palmisano, the old man, not the kid today. It was his nephew, but the original. And it was a tremendous show. And Sam was gracious enough to come down with the band and do that. We didn't pay him because it was a charity, and Sam did that for me. And Sam, I know you're looking up from heaven. Thank you, my dear friend. So let me say this to you: get it, Sam!
Well, anyway, Chef Michael and Guido, I got to tell you, I wrote some articles or some chapters in some books a couple years ago called the Life Choices books, and in there's a lot of stories about people that have had a lot of challenges in their life, because each book has 26 authors in them. It's called the Life Choices series, and you can go online and find them. And Judy Morio was the instigator of all this. She brought us all together, and we all wrote a chapter about some kind of issue that we'd gone through or some experience that we'd gone through based on the title of the book. Like one of them is Navigating Difficult Paths, the other one is Pursuing Your Passion, the other one is Putting Together the Pieces, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And the thing that is good is that people are sharing their stories, they're helping, and they're being inspirational to other people. And Michael, haven't you figured out how to push the off button on that thing yet? But I want to just thank everybody for being part of everything that we're doing. And also I want to let people know that if you want to become a WEMA member, you can go and you can actually become a WEMA member online. You can go to WIMAfoundation.org. That's WIMAfoundation.org, and you can sign up right online, and you can either make a donation. All denominations are accepted and appreciated. And also, you can become a member. Membership is only $35 a year, which is very reasonable. And our monthly luncheons that we do are only $25. And what you get at one of our luncheons, which is coming up August 23rd,
can I tell them?
Is you get, yes, Chef Michael, why don't you tell them?
I was going to say great company.
Well, beside that, first of all, I do all the cooking. And what we did is we gave an open bar. This time we're going to give a complimentary glass of wine, and we're going to charge $3-4 for the other glasses, again, because it goes to charity. I want everybody to understand something. Sandy and I, we dig in our pockets and we do this. You can't get a friggin' hamburger for $9, $10 for a hamburger. $25. I put out a spread. I actually give you food to take home. I mean, you will not believe what we put out for that kind of money. And we have entertainment, we have a band, we have singers. I mean, it's an afternoon that you will never forget. And the $25, every single dime goes to this WEMA event. That's why we can give $500.
It goes to the scholarship. It goes to the scholarship because
$1,000
we donate the food
right.
and the wine, like you said.
Right.
But we'll charge a little bit,
right.
for each glass.
We gave $1,000 to the Italian with Mark.
Yeah, and each one, every month we have a different organization that
right.
we're giving a scholarship to.
We're trying to help out.
And what we're doing right now is we're looking for an art organization. We're going to talk to the Art Institute about giving one over there. Because we want to spread it around with the arts in our community because, as we know, and it's an old story, but, the arts have been cut out of the colleges a lot, or the, what they're teaching and even in the schools. But you know what? If you're just tuning in right now, you're listening to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. And we're going to be right back after a message from our sponsors.
Oh, yeah.
Your day with a smile. This is Sandy Kastel and Friends. Now, let's bring back the host. Here is Sandy Kastel.
Hey. Hey, welcome back to the Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. These boys are getting way too familiar. Anyway, I just want to also send a shout out to 702 Rocks, Roxy Davis, and Ricky Cash with Vegas Unwrapped, and Aaron Phillips, Diane and Mike on Pit Road Racing, and all the rest of the gang here at KLAV and Lotus Broadcasting, because we have a wonderful staff here. John and Lindquist, we've got Sue, we've got Robin.
Tony Benici, the owner, and he's Italian too. We
got everybody.
You know how they got the name Lotus in?
How did they get it?
They got locked down and said, Lotus in!
When did you guys become...
He is back. He's back.
When did your show become a part of Lotus? Because I've dealt with Lotus for years. With
KLAV. Tony Benici bought KLAV a couple of years ago, and it was right at the tail end. Well, not the tail end, but about halfway through when I had my other show here. But it took him about 6 months or so to get everything, on board with KLAV, and so we've been part of Lotus Broadcasting.
Well, congratulations! Lotus is a good organization. They really are.
Television,
well, they do a lot with the rock and roll. The big rock programs. They got a jazz program over there. And so what have you done with them?
Oh, well, I'm personal friends with Lark, Craig, Al, so the Morning Crew Show. A lot of DJs. I was also
dropping names, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna drop some names.
Some name dropper, you.
I can't, like Dan Lee, rest his soul. Who, Dan Lee was from KKLZ.
Right.
We used to do the guitar bar together.
Oh my God.
And we had the TV station, Channel 5. We had the radio stations. It was a big show. That's what I would love to bring back to Vegas. You perform. You come up and you say, hey, you're singing. You get a recording on a CD of what you did.
Really?
Free. Yep, that's what we used to do.
Yeah.
And I would love for Vegas
that's what
to have
we're doing. Sandy and I are going to go to television. We're definitely going to TV. No question. It's vans or buts.
Well, we're going to keep radio, though. We love radio 5 days a week here on KLAV.
Well, I don't know about that. I might buy my own radio station.
Well,
I want to have my own.
He'll buy it.
Tell it like it is.
I'll
scare a lot of people in this town.
I'll just call my buddy Chef Lucio and say, hey, give this guy a hand.
Lucio?
Yeah, I know Chef. I just dropped another name.
You guys probably have a lot of history. I can tell.
Oh,
is he still chef over at Excalibur?
No, he went to prison.
Oh, what?
Some tells me that's possible. I said, hey, Chef, what are you doing? So what are you doing? No, we're rolling cannolis.
So, Guido,
yes,
tell us, you're a songwriter also.
Yeah, I've written songs, but that was a long time ago. A lot of my material, photos and lyrics and things from traveling so much disappear. So now what I do is I just want to go out and, like I said, entertain.
He's talking more like you every time. He keeps his dump getting.
I'm doing it for Tony over here. Because if I had to go Cajun, y'all just wouldn't understand.
Wait a minute. Do you know this song? Chalaluna Metsamani Mamma Mia
Mazzabali.
Mamma mia, what you do? Your mother.
Hey mama, bisha bisha bacala. Hey mama, bisha bisha bacala.
Carl Russell's dancing right to his vault. Right to his vault.
Oh my gosh. Well, listen, everybody's got to join us over Wednesday at the Siena Italian Authentic Trattoria.
We're going to swing,
John Carlo's place. Yeah, and Antonio.
What was that address again so I can write it down?
9500.
9500.
Gumball Avenue.
That's how much you're going to pay me to show up, right?
9,500.
Sahara. It's right on Sahara past Fort Apache.
But not only does the Sienas have a wonderful area for us to play over in the bar side, but they got a beautiful restaurant, and they did a lot of renovation just recently, a few months ago, and they're going to be doing more in the next couple of weeks. He's going to take down that wall that's on top of the bar over there on the other side, and that's going to open up the bar. He's going to take the bar all the way around. It's going to be a big U-shaped bar, and he's going to thin down that big pole that's in the middle of the room there. And then also he's got a wonderful deli, and he sells all kinds of great things out of there. The Italian, the Italian oils, and all of the things that they make there. They prepare at the bakery, and then they have pastas, all kinds of things. So you got to join us.
We've been looking to buy a place. Why don't we buy that joint?
You got to go through Giancarlo and his partner.
Trust me, I'll make him an offer he can't refuse.
I doubt that, but anyway.
I'll bring Carl Grasso. Trust me, we'll buy it.
I get the feeling I'm going to get a phone call from this guy.
Well, for me, I'm a humble guy.
Well, listen, is there any last thing that you'd like to, shout out to our gang here today that's listening in?
I really like to shout out to Sandy and Mike right here. And the people at this radio station in Weema, and they're top notch. I've seen your videos, I've seen you sing, Okay, and girl, you are a top-notch entertainer.
Thank
you really
you.
are.
Thank you.
You really
Make
are.
me blush.
Don't get
Hey,
from
and this guy over here, I don't know about his ravioli, so one day I'm going to find out.
Well, you're going to have to come out to the Weeman meeting so you can taste them. Well, thank you so much. Oh,
I just wanted to say thanks again to Kim Kastel at Buck's Tavern.
Okay.
Thank you. Because there's so many times that woman has been the best that you can possibly be.
Okay, great. Well, I want to thank you for being on the show today. Sandy
Thank
Kastel
you.
and Friends Variety Show will be back tomorrow morning here on KLAV, 12:30 a.m. with Chef Michael.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Ciao.